everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Mia. I'm a pastry chef, and today I'm going to be showing you a day in my life. So I work in Boston. I get in at around 3 o'clock every day. Don't worry, there was nobody else in the locker room or else I wouldn't have taken my mask off. I changed off camera and now I'm just putting my hair into a clip, putting my mask back on and an apron so that way I can go upstairs and start working. I take my temperature for COVID purposes, and then I make sure I wash my hands really well. I got a comment on this on my last day in the life video. I did want to say that washing your hands diligently is actually more sanitary than wearing gloves. Yes, my knuckles are very dry, but I wash my hands all the time. Now I'm just putting away any ingredients that I had ordered that came in. I had some honey and some almond flour I wanted to put away and make sure that they were stored properly. I make a prep list the night before, so I'm just turning it into a regular list so I can easily cross things off and stay on schedule. Then I just grab pretty much all of my tools from the dish pits, that way I can hang them above my head, and that way they're really convenient and I can just grab them and I don't have to run to the dish pit every time I need a rubber spatula. Like I said, I came in at 3 o'clock and family meal is at 4. That means that's pretty much always the first thing I get done. I was putting out a sundae bar this day, so I made some whipped cream and warmed up some chocolate sauce. I also had some toasted walnuts and rainbow sprinkles that I put out. It was really fun, and everybody loved it. If I have time, I like to butter and sugar my souffle ramekins ahead of time. This saves me a lot of time during service, but it does take a pretty good chunk of my prep time to do this. So it's really only on days that I think I'll need it, or if I have some extra time, I'll do it. Here's the sundae bar, and we had tacos for family meal that day. They were so delicious. I actually went back for seconds. The first thing that I do when I come back from family meal is make my soufflés. I do scale these a couple days ahead of time because I make them every single day. It saves a lot of time for me to scale the entire week's soufflés than to scale them every single day. The only thing that I don't measure out is the milk and the chocolate because they take up a lot of space in a lot of containers. So here I am. It is a roux-based souffle, which means I'm mixing my flour into my warm milk, and then I'm going to be pouring that over my chocolate, stirring that in, stirring some yolks in, and then folding in my French meringue. Our soufflés never leave our menu. That means this is something that I do every single day, but I honestly love it. I think soufflés are such a fun thing to have. It's really cool to me the way they work. I don't know, there's just something about them that I really, really like, so I don't even mind that I have to do this every single day because I think it's so fun. I'm using the 1/3, 2/3 method here, so I just put in 1/3 of my French meringue, mixed it in, that way I can lighten the batter without fully deflating the meringue, and then I just mix in the remaining 2/3. When that's fully mixed in, you'll see me pour it all into a plastic container, so that way I have it ready to go for service. After the souffle's done, I like to make sure I'm set up with everything that I'll need for the day, so I'm just pulling down everything that I use. There's Rob, our bartender, and I'm just pouring some chocolate sauce in a container because that was a really big batch and I didn't need all that for service. I'm just setting up my station, making sure I'm good to go. Our soufflés sit on top of napkins so they don't slide around on the plate, so here I am just folding them. Right now we have an oat milk mousse on the menu. They get frozen in metal rings, so that way they are standalone. They stand up by themselves on the plate. So here I am just warming up the rings, so that way I can pop them out and then throw them in the refrigerator so they can thaw out and they're ready to go for if somebody orders one. And just to reiterate that I wash my hands constantly, there I am washing my hands. Again, trust me, I wash my hands between these 2 times, but I just happened to catch it again on video, so I just wanted to throw it in there one more time. Now I'm just making some gougères. These are basically little pâte à choux puffs with Gruyere cheese on top. They are so yummy. They're on our bar menu right now. I'm basically just making a pâte à choux. I couldn't film me making the actual dough. It was pretty hard to get my camera set up, but I did get me scaling out the ingredients and I did get me mixing the eggs in, so I hope you enjoy these next few shots. Before anybody says anything, yes, I do crack my eggs by cracking them onto another egg. People always think it's so weird. I don't think it's that weird. It works really well. I don't get shells pretty much ever. Try it out. You might like it. And here is my pâte à choux dough, nice and smooth. I'm just putting it in containers. I made some macaron batter off camera. It was a little hard to film, so I'm sorry I didn't show it, but I was really happy with how these came out, and I'm glad I got to show you guys me piping them at least, because I really, really liked these macarons. Service for me usually starts at around 6:30. We start seating at 5. But since I'm pastry, I don't normally get my first ticket until around 6:30 after everybody has eaten all of their entrees. The soufflés take about 15 minutes to bake, so it's nice to be able to get ahead and kind of plan out how I'm going to be plating things. We also pre-order, which means I have all of my tickets already laid out before they get fired. I know exactly what desserts I'm gonna make. It's very rare that people put in orders while they actually want it. I almost always get the orders about an hour before I actually have to make it. Just between you and me, I didn't mean to put these clips in slow motion, but I thought it was kind of cool, so I left it. These people were actually celebrating something, so I did write congratulations on their plate. I'm not sure what they were celebrating, but a lot of people come to our restaurant for special occasions, birthdays, anniversaries. It's really fun to be able to write on everybody's plates, and I'm so glad that people come to us to celebrate all the good that happens in their life. I think it's really fun. It was pretty hard to film during service, so these are pretty much the only shots that I got. I hope that you guys are able to see everything. I think they're pretty good shots. We only have these 2 desserts and then the souffle on the menu, so you guys didn't miss anything. But like I said, it was pretty hard to film. My job always comes first and the video comes second, so I wanted to make sure I was able to focus. I expedite my own tickets, meaning I read off what table they're going to and who gets what, and the other servers are just taking them out to the tables for me. And then I get to switch back to making my macarons. There's my friend Gabby, she works right next to me, but I am making pistachio macarons. So in the background there, I'm just making a pistachio dark chocolate ganache, and I'm pairing the shells together, making sure they have a buddy that is the exact same size. And then I'm just piping the ganache. I was really happy with how these macarons turned out. I know I already said that, but they are so nice. The ganache was so shiny. I think these are my favorite macarons that I've made in a while. You can see here that even though I am doing some side work, I still need to be doing service as well. I got a ticket for some soufflés. So I'm just putting those in the oven and making sure that I'm keeping up with everything that I need to keep up with, taking some soufflés out of the oven and sending them out to the tables. And then I'm just picking up right where I left off, making sure I get my prep done as well as service. Towards the end of the night, I just fill out my prep list so I know what I have to do in the morning. And I like to start cleaning up when I have only 1 or 2 tickets left. Like I said, I can see what I have to make before I have to do it. That means I can throw anything that I don't need back where it's stored, and I can kind of prepare myself to do my deep clean at the end of the night. So you can see here I'm multitasking, plating desserts while also cleaning up. Now I'm just scrubbing down. The last ticket has gone out. I am ready to go home. I just have to make sure I am fully clean and everything is back to the way it was when I came into work. We did about 50 covers that night, meaning I did make around 50 desserts, so it was a pretty good night, pretty busy. Wasn't too bad. I just squeegee everything onto the floor because we do mop it after. And then I just change and go home. And that's it. And before you guys click off the video, I did want to let you know that I have released my career guide. So if you're interested in becoming a pastry chef, I wrote down every single thing I know about how to become a pastry chef, including resume tips, where to look for a job, should you go to culinary school or not, literally everything I know. It's only $20 on my website, mialovesdessert.com. Just click career guide in the top right corner and you should be good to go. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you can keep up with all my other videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.